Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk Show with DJ Gatsby. We're here with my man, James Horton. How you doing, James?
Hey, what's going on, Jeff? I'm glad you having me down here to have this interview.
All right. Yeah, we out here on the beach at the TradeWinds Resort Hotel, St. Pete. Is that where we at, man?
Yeah, it's out here in St. Pete. I love the place out here.
We just did an interview up in the hotel room. We got a suite up here on the third floor, man. Beautiful view. Swimming pools, the beach. Everything is lovely. But what we're here for today is to talk about this book. It's titled What If?
A walk through time.
A walk through time. Controversial, very timely. It's going to step on a lot of people's toes. It's going to raise a lot of questions about racism, discrimination, and the state of black people in America today.
Well, you know, Jeff, I think this book is, like you said, is properly timed because this is a conversation that we as a nation need to have. So this book right here is going to spark, like I said, this book right here is going to spark that conversation. So I'm asking everybody to come on out, pick up your copy of What If? A Walk Through Time that you can find on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, it's on Kindle, but it's going to spark that conversation that we as a nation should be having.
I'm going to put my glasses on, man. The sun is bright out here. You're on the west coast of Florida. What is that, the Gulf of Mexico?
The Gulf, baby. Welcome to Tampa, baby. Welcome to St. Pete. Love it.
All right, now we did an interview up in the room. And that's a whole nother project that we did. Everything is going to be aired on the Talk Show with DJ Gatsby. You can watch it on my YouTube channel as well as the Who's Who and AfricanAmericanLit.com website. But we're going to go over some of the same things we talked about.
Okay.
Specifically, man, tell our viewers who you are, man, and what is it that you do outside of writing books.
Recently I'm just retired from the United States Navy. I did 26 years in the service. I worked originally as a dental technician, and then I became a hospital foreman. Had the opportunity to travel to more than 20 plus countries in the world and see so many cities and states across the U.S. So I have a lot of experience.
Yeah, man. I thank you for your service, by the way. My daughter, D'Amica, actually is in the military. She's a lieutenant in the Air Force. 18 years. Big shout out to D'Amica and your service for 18 years. We love you for that, baby.
Hard time, I know it is.
Now, a little different than the Navy. As she would say if she was here, that you in the Navy because you failed the test. That's a little military joke. I don't know if it's true.
Well, no, what they say, the Air Force is always on the golf course. But, let's get back to what we hear about, and that's the What If? A Walk Through Time conversation.
Absolutely. All right. Now, you started by saying who you are and what you did in the military. When did you decide to be a writer, man? And what is it that drove you to write this book?
Well, I always wanted to write as I was growing up, but as I joined the military, I got married, and my focus was more on spending time with my family and my kids, and didn't have a lot of time to write. But now that they're older, I have more time to write, and I sit down one day with my good friend LJ, and we saw a couple of incidents on TV about some social injustices, and I was just saying, man, I wonder what it would be like if a white person or a Caucasian person was able to see things from a different point of view, where if the roles were reversed. So that's when I said, let me write this book.
Wow. Yeah, and a great book it is. And once again, we're gonna keep putting this in the shots so y'all know what it's about.
Go get it.
What if?
Go get that book right there.
A walk through life. Now, in the other interview that we did, you talked a lot about the book. You keep talking about racial injustice and what if a white man suddenly woke up and was black. What do you feel about the state of race relations in America today with what's going on?
Well, like you said, it's very controversial, and my opinion is, I think if you would take the time to sit yourself down, put yourself in that mindset or that position, you would probably see things differently. Like I was talking about to you earlier in our early interview, where I watched the movie A Time to Kill, where Matthew McConaughey was giving his final closing argument, And his final question was, well, I shouldn't say question, his final statement was, now picture her white. When he did that, you should have saw, I remember seeing how the reaction for everyone that was in that jury look at things differently. And that's what I'm looking for everyone to do, is just to take their opportunity to look at themselves in that position.
All right. Everybody, it's DJ Gatsby. You're watching the Who's Who in African-Led Blog Talk Radio Show. We're filming live at the TradeWinds?
Yeah, TradeWinds.
TradeWinds Resort here in St. Pete with celebrated author James Horton. We're talking about his book, Hold Up Again, man. What If, A Walk Through Time. We're going to take a break to grab some impressions. We'll be back in just a minute. James, don't go nowhere, man. We'll be right back to talk to you more about your latest book.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're back with the talk show with DJ Gatsby. My special guest here is James Horton, author of the book, What If, A Walk Through Time. Man, it's hot out here.
Oh yeah, it is hot, man. I had to get used to this heat again coming back from North Carolina.
All right. Speaking of North Carolina, you from Houston, though. What do you mean North Carolina?
Well, that was my last duty station, being stationed up there with the Marines. Being in the Navy, the Marine Corps. No, that was Camp Lejeune.
Camp Lejeune,
yeah,
okay.
So the Marines don't have medical. That's what the Navy provides. So everything the Marines had to do, humps, marches, I had to do it as well. So I'm qualified as a field medical technician as well.
That's good. So if I get a heat stroke or something out here, man, and this beautiful weather on the beach out here in St. Pete,
yeah, I can help you out.
You get the EMT skills and all of that.
I can help you out.
All right. Well, listen, back to the book, man. That book is very timely. You released it recently, but in the news, there's been a lot of discussion about racism, discrimination, police brutality, and the lack of respect for the lives of black people. The Black Lives Matter movement speaks to that. This book, putting a white man in a black man's shoes, gives us a different perspective, one that we want white people to have, so they would understand that black lives really matter. What do you feel about the state of police brutality, lack of respect for life, and the rights of black people and the Black Lives Matter today?
Well, I mean, for one, the book itself is going to address some of those issues right here, like police brutality. It's going to be addressed that in the book. And as far as Black Lives Matter, yes, Black Lives Matter. Now they're trying to say that Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter. Well, there's nothing against the Blue Lives Matter, because trust me, I was on my way to becoming a police officer. I was looking at doing that as a second career.
A lot of veterans are police officers.
Yeah, so I support that, but what we're trying to do with the Black Lives, I shouldn't say what we're trying to do, but my opinion, what the Black Lives Matter is trying to do is just get people to understand that, hey, there's a lot of social injustices, a lot of programs that's been set up to affect the minorities. I take a case in point. Think about the Cash for Kids. Cash for Kids is a program where these judges were sentencing African American Latinos to harsh prison terms for misdemeanor crimes. And while these kids were going to these prisons, these judges were getting kickbacks. So you don't hear a lot about that, but I talk about that. I point to references in the back of my book where you can go and read up these things for yourself to understand it. But yes, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. So we just want everyone to understand is, hey, that's a lot of in social injustice that's going on, and that's what we need to do.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that point, man. I've heard about the prisons for profit that's been going on, privatization of prisons, judges being, on the front line and making sure they have enough prisoners, or that blacks were incarcerated at enormous numbers, despite being, innocent in some cases, or not deserving the sentences that they got. What's been some of the backlash? I know we talked in an earlier interview about the praise and about, you know, all the good things that was said to you about writing the book. What has been some of the backlash, some of the negativity that's come? I'm sure you want an opportunity to address that.
Well, the only negativity that I honestly have, feedback that I honestly received was when I initially put the book out, I had someone who I trusted to review and edit the book. Well, they made some mistakes, they made some errors, and there was a couple of misspellings. Once I found that, I had to correct it, and then I resubmitted the book to with the corrections. That's the only negative feedback. Everything else has been nothing but positive. People kept on saying, you know what, this should be made into a movie.